Hey, welcome back to my channel. You made it back to Money with Simone. And this week we're going to be talking about a topic that somebody asked me, which is what are the pros and cons of investing? And I think that I have a good list here of 3 things on each side that are pros and cons, because not everybody is involved in investing and not everybody's fully convinced that it's something that they should do. Just why not just save money? The major pro, as far as the pros and cons go, is that when you are investing, your accounts can grow so much faster than if you were just periodically putting your hard-earned money into the account. It's something called compounding interest. So here's an example. If you're putting $100 into a savings account every single week, and you have 52 weeks in a year, then you're going to have $5,200 at the end of the year. That's a pretty good savings account. It's a pretty good emergency fund, right? $5,200. A lot of people don't even have that saved up, so don't get me wrong, all right? But imagine that your account started out with $100 every week. So at the end of the first month, you have $400. And then your account gives you 1% on the total amount that you have in your account. So you have $404. And then you continue to put in $100 every month. So you've put in another $400 this month. So you have $804. Now your account gives you 1% of your overall balance, which is $804. Now you've got $812 in your account, but you've only put in $800, right? Now continue to do that. You put in another $400. Over the next 4 weeks, you have $1,212 in your account and 4 cents. And then your account gives you 1% on that overall balance. Now, as you can see, over time, your account can grow a little faster than just the money that you're putting into it. Just basic math here, right? It's called compounding interest. One of the cons on that side is just that whatever you put into your account, usually that you're put in as far as buying, is going to have a sales charge. So usually it's some percentage of the overall balance that you actually purchase. So if you put in $10 and it's a 5% sales charge, then your sales charge will be $2. Oh shoot, okay, I messed that up. $10. 5% of $10 is 50 cents. Moving right along. You're gonna have a sales charge, and sales charges can be seen as cons, but it takes money to make money. A sales charge just means that when you make a purchase or you deposit some money into that investment, then there's going to be a percentage charge of the overall amount that you buy that it will be, paid to the company. And the next pro, I would say, is that, have you ever heard that something is simple but not easy? That's what I would say about investing. So it's simple, but it's not easy. And that's my second con, that it is a little bit of a learning curve, which basically just means like, it's pretty steep, as you hit this wall and you kind of have to change your mindset and try to think differently. But once you can kind of think differently, it actually does become very simple, and it becomes way more simple than you could ever imagine. And then lastly, you can leverage your assets that are investments. So there's some assets that you can't leverage as much, or you might not want to leverage. So for example, a house. A lot of people will have different discussions about whether or not a house is an asset or a liability, but it depends on how you use your house. If you can use your house, your home, your primary home, to make money, then you can make it an asset. But for most people, it is a liability in most ways, whereas if your house isn't worth more than what you're paying for it. But that's another discussion. In a lot of situations, you can't use your primary home as to count towards your net worth, because of the fact that it's more of a liability depending on the situation. So an asset that is just straight out an asset would be your investments. Those type of things can definitely be used to leverage your net worth and to make, bigger business moves or bigger moves for your family. My third con, which turns out to really just be one of the rules of engagement, is that you have to risk big to win big. A lot of people are really nervous about making big investments or taking big risks, but just, if you have a big goal, that it may take a bigger risk, and that comes along with the game. So get used to it. And, maybe if you don't see it as a con and just see it as the rules of engagement and just, a fact about winning big, then it's a little easier to get over. But big risk, big reward, little risk, little reward. And at the end of the day, you could lose all your money. Okay, you could lose all your money, but don't be afraid, because you could change your life too. And for surely, if you are investing on a regular basis and with discipline, definitely change what your life would have been if you never did. Okay, so this has been Money with Simone. I am so happy that you joined me. Please give me questions, comments below, and go follow me, like and subscribe. And share with your friends. You can find me at Money with Simone on social media, at Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, and here on YouTube. So thanks again. Y'all have a great week, and come back next week to hear more.